Hello students, in continuation with earlier lecture, we'll continue with the topic controlling. In last lecture, we saw the meaning definition and the traditional methods of or techniques of controlling. In today's lecture, we are going to see which are the modern techniques of controlling. So in modern techniques, we have four types of modern techniques. The first one is return on investment, or it is also called as ROI. Now this is the most important technique of financial control, and where various kinds of ratios in financial control, what is done is that various kinds of ratios are calculated so that the overall performance of the organization can be measured, and it indicates the ratio of net profit earned by the company on investment made in the company. So how much amount of money you have invested in the company and how much amount of percentage of profit you are getting, this is calculated in ROI. So higher ratio means you are getting good returns on your investment, and this ratio is used to assess the effective and maximum utilization of funds which are being invested by the owners in a business. And the formula for the same is net profit upon sales into sales upon total investment, so you get return on investment. So this is another modern technique which is used by organizations, where you can get an idea about how much return you are getting on investment, on basis of which you can take the further decisions regarding your investment. Okay, then the next method is next technique is management audit. So this is the audit which is used for controlling the performance of management. So it critically examines and evaluates the entire management process from top to bottom. In which respect the management process is being examined is regarding the fulfillment of business objectives, how the available resources are utilized, how the problems are solved within the time frame, then how the managerial functions are implemented, then how is the growth and stability of business. Okay, so the managerial process of planning, organizing, directing, controlling and coordinating, that means all the managerial functions are examined under the management audit for measuring the actual outcome of each of the function. Then it evaluates the plans, policies, procedures, which kind of leadership style is being used, which methods are used for communication, how was the relations between the superior and subordinate. So all sorts of things which are included in management are being examined under this audit. And these auditors suggest certain measures, remedial measures for managerial process on the basis of the audit. So if there are any weaknesses, deviations, drawbacks in the management of the organization, then they are clearly mentioned in the audit report. And the report also provides the corrective measures taken to enhance the effectiveness of management as a whole. Okay, so the whole management audit is being conducted in short regarding each and every function of management, how effectively it is being implemented in the organization. It is being checked what sort of leadership style is being used in the organization in every department, how the work is being undertaken under the direction and the guidance of that leader or a manager. Then what sort of relationship, healthy or bitter relationship exist between the superior and the subordinate. So all sorts of things which are included in management are included in management audit as well. And if the auditors find that there are certain drawbacks or weaknesses in implementing various functions or managerial practices in the organization, then they are clearly mentioned with its remedies. That means what is the drawback and what sort of action the organization has to do so that this drawback can be removed from the organization or the mistake can be rectified. That way the report is being prepared. Okay, so this audit is being conducted, or it is being conducted by the external auditors, expert agencies, and therefore a third person is conducting the audit. So there is a lot of transparency in it, and it is the most supposed to be the most effective controlling technique. Okay, then we are going to see the next part, that is Pert and CPM. Now, Pert is a short form of program evaluation and review technique. Now, this is another advanced tool used for controlling the cost, ideal resources, and time of the given project task. Now, what is done under PERT? A total program of the project is subdivided into sub projects or certain parts. Okay, and these parts are known as the activities of project, which are sequentially connected to form a network for effective control. Okay, so sequence of the activities to be undertaken while implementing the project are laid down. Okay, so this PERT network consists of 6 stages. Which are those 6 stages? Identification of activities. Second is sequential arrangement of activities. Third is time estimate of each activity. Fourth is budgetary estimate of each activity. Fifth is construction of PERT network. And sixth is formulation of critical path. So in these 6 steps, how the work is going to be done, which activities are to be undertaken, which work is to be done, the priority of the work is set down serially, how much time is required for each of the activities decided, what would be the budgetary estimate for each activity is decided, and accordingly the PERT network is being designed, where you get a design 1 2 3 4, you can name those activities, and accordingly you will come to know that which activities are to be undertaken to make the complete the project, how much time is required, and how much amount of money are required, so that you can get it at a glance, you can get in an idea. Okay, so so PERT network gives you that idea. Okay, so each activity is here numbered by numbers, as I said, 1 2 3 4, and commencement and termination, that means starting of that activity and the end of that activity, is given or represented by a code or a circle. Okay, so each activity is strictly monitored and controlled as per PERT network, and its aim is to minimize the stipulated time. That means in minimum time you are supposed to do that activity, and rather well in advance you should complete the activity with minimum budget cost, with minimum resources, with minimum time and minimum cost of that project. That is the aim of PERT. Okay, so now what happens when this diagram is being prepared? A table of sequence of activities is prepared, time required for each activity is prepared, and then it is handed over to PERT engineers. These engineers are appointed to supervise the specific activity or group of activity, and PERT controls planning, scheduling, routing, implementing these project involving variety of complicated interrelated activities, and generally it is used in construction of highways, big buildings, ships, bridges. So it's a technical tool of controlling, used by modern management. Okay, and the next one is critical path method, that is CPM. It is used in production planning and scheduling. So it is being used only for critical activities which are supposed to be very critical. So from PERT network, critical activities are identified, and while making the PERT diagram, these activities are those activities which, if they are not completed in particular stipulated time, then what will happen, the entire project would be delayed. Okay, so the most important critical activities are identified here, and special attention is given to such critical activities, and separate path is formulated in PERT network. Okay, so if you look at the diagram of the PERT network, there are some dotted lines in which shows the critical path. That means if these activities are not completed in time, the whole project will be delayed. Okay, so this the objective of CPM is that if critical activities are delayed, it should not interrupt the path of other activities. That means the other regular activities should not be disturbed because of these critical activities. Okay, so these critical activities do take largest duration of time for completing the activity, and therefore it has to complete these delayed activities or critical activities in minimum duration. Okay, so critical path is constructed to minimize the largest duration time of critical activity. Okay, so this was CPM. Okay, so PERT and CPM are the main modern methods, and the last one is Management Information System, that is MIS. It is a well structured combination of people, software, and hardware activities, which collects and transforms the process. That means at a click of button, you get all the information in the MIS. It is the advanced technique, and it provides control at a glance on all the activities of all the departments. That means it has all the information about what are the targets set for each department, how much time is being set for each department, then what are the information about what is the actual performance, what are the standards set, and if there is variation between actual performance and standard performance, what is the reason behind it. Everything, all information, you get it at a click of a button. So it helps management to update itself and take essential steps which are necessary to remove the deviation or take corrective action. Okay, so with this we'll end with today's lecture. Thank you.